Hello. Welcome back to the stream. I'm back too. Oh, that's weird. You'll have to excuse me for a moment. Try to figure out how I get rid of my cursor here. Oh, that's annoying. I'm just gonna quit the game, I guess. And try again. So, like I said, the end to my one stream minimum day. next week has come. The weekend. This week I'll be away. Away from my PC, so I won't be able to stream. Okay. Now we're back. So, what we were supposed to do is head to the city of Facade. Huh. Okay. I guess it's growing, or is it dead? I don't know. There, we are supposed to head to the city of Facade. See if the king there has some ideas about the Black Scroll. So I guess we'll do that. And for some reason I'm really tired today. So you'll have to excuse me for that. No. Not like I'm that energetic. Normally anyways. Oh yeah. She follows us now. Because we made it outside of the city, or the village. Well, that was a quick shift in the desert. Desert. Let's see.
So, what's Facade like?
It's strange. Let's just leave it at that.
Stranger than a boorish young woman who battles monsters in her undergarments.
Let's go.
Boss, just spitting facts. Yeah.
What is this? A fountain?
It appears to be out of service.
So we can't move it or something. Oh my.
Wolves!
Look out!
What? That was strange. Oh my.
Wait, they're leaving.
That one appears to be the pack leader.
Yeah, I can't move it. Weird. weird. Oh my.
What manner of place is this?
I think it's a graveyard.
The headstones seem to be lacking names.
Yeah.
Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday?
Yeah, strange.
It appeared.
Yeah, out of service again. Let's see. Can't make it up here, I guess. Up there. Yes. That's out of service also, probably. There's something stuck to the roof of my mouth. It's kind of annoying me. I guess I got it. Yeah. Ah. Well, if that isn't grandiose.
The gate is sealed tight.
Well, great. Guess we're not getting in.
Where is she going?
오! 아니 가인의 같아! 킷! 와르라! 옮긴다!
Why isn't there dialogue translated? Because they spoke
these guys
Japanese.
Not
They
exactly.
about owing something to Kaine. Ah, no. Savior? Kaine? Something like that.
A while back, I saved a local kid from a pack of wolves. Ever since, this town's welcomed me with open arms.
Huh.
Gotta be a pretty screwed up place if they let me in, huh? Anyway, I don't understand a word they say, so don't get too excited. The king lives in the big building. Figure out the rest for yourself.
What about you?
I'll stay here. I hate crap like this.
I don't know whether to thank you or wish you ill. I suppose a quick stroll about town is in order.
The language they use here is pretty crazy. So, good luck with that.
I don't know, did they do, did they speak English in the Japanese version and change it around for the English dub? Or do they just speak strangely?
ヘルアトとんたアルテルアチ北ざって警察来ていく
Keisatsu is probably yes, but the rest is gibberish.
What are they saying?
Fascinating. They speak a language I have never before encountered.
Huh. I guess they just speak gibberish with some words thrown in that people might recognize.
I'd wager that huge structure is the king's manor.
How do we even get there?
With willpower and smarts, my lad.
ソドたちいつとたさらついて暫定っていざたいと
I feel bad that I can't understand them.
You could speak 1,000 tongues and still fail if you lack knowledge of another's culture.
There's some words in
Come
there.
on, Vice, help me out already.
I am a brilliant book of unspeakable value, not some dog-eared travel guide.
Help you out already in terms of what? Of how to get the king's castle?
I feel like we're just going in circles here.
Why?
If only we could speak to the locals, I've no doubt we'd have little trouble reaching the king's manor. We'll just have to suss out a route on our own.
Huh? Was it supposed to be like a difficult journey?
It would seem.
And after we finally made it all this way...
Yeah, this is pointless. Let us go back.
Sure. Strange. Come on. Come on. My fingers are killing me here.
Ho ho, look. This one lacks the power of speech. Perhaps she can communicate through gesture. Let me see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am Fira.
Oh, what the hell?
Do you need help?
I guess it's supposed to be sign language. Which, removed? No.
Yes, we came here to talk to your king. But it turns out we can't actually talk to anyone.
I can guide you? Oh, she will act as our guide. How fortuitous. But first, I must explain this town.
We really just need to see the king.
No, there are rules to follow. Follow me. Well, there you have it.
I guess we'll follow her. Do not live on level ground.
Rule 106?
Is Rule 106 the reason for your labyrinthine system of staircases? Well, I suppose eccentric people deserve an eccentric town.
Sandscape dog. What?
Oh, come now. What could possibly be the point of such an absurd rule?
Hold on. Your people are still making rules?
What the fuck?
Of all the idiocy, I could never live in this city.
What the hell? That's, weird and wacky, I guess. I remember a while back there was actually some sort of thing where you could get a ice cream bar. But
so the aristocracy lives in the top levels, while the commoners subsist below. Seems like a rather unpleasant rule for those on the bottom. Does this girl plan to drag us about the entire town in this fashion?
She's just following the rules, Vice.
skip first tour. Why? I don't see a need. Unless she really goes through all those 100,000 levels, I don't see why we would skip this. Isn't this just world building and stuff? But then they gave the option. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Strange things store?
Such as...
Huh.
Yeah, that is pretty strange.
Very strange. I don't know. Weird little tour around. Weird little town.
Yes, I was beginning to suspect that.
Okay. How many more things could she possibly have to show us? I think the thing that consumes the most time at this point is the actual ship ride. Because it only goes in one direction, so... I guess the next stop would be there. King's... in front of the King's Palace. Oh no, this is the entrance. King's Palace is over there. Weapon shop.
Thanks.
These rules are enough to make a sensible
Oh,
man
that wasn't
reach
that
for the
bad.
noose. I don't know how you survive in a place with so many inconvenient prescripts.
You're a good citizen, Fira.
It would seem we are impeding progress.
Damn. Didn't need to say that. Strange things all around. Oh.
You have
No king. Oh, so they didn't find a cure.
The Black Scroll. Thank you. All of this touring has been helpful for understanding your language. I believe I will be able to speak with this advisor myself.
Okay.
We need to talk to the prince.
ザ・カイラム多大財頭とお会いでしたいでく
Oh,
改てしてたすおい
My patience for this kind of thing has long ago evaporated.
It's not your fault, Fira. Let's go back to Kaine for now.
damn. I'll still go back this way, I guess. I guess the kid she kinda saved was the prince. I'm going to guess. That's why they would call her their savior. There she waddles from.
Slow down, I can barely. The person who saved me. Surely you don't mean Kaine.
Okay, so I guess my guess was proven wrong immediately.
Kaine helps you. This foul-mouthed hussy.
Piss off, book. You guys done or what?
隊員だ回覧と有利星座隊員だえじゃあアルテルは喧嘩数用臨牛地ジンクルに大差
No.
What's going on?
回覧罪いたすだ月体ぞと来たざって風木小さたいとだざユリセイチタザイラート近伝タンダよりアルテルはゾンゾスチギュータタタラタイチクルギ大佐優秀でアルテルは
Wow, the system falls apart.
Why'd they make a bunch of rules that contradict each other?
This is their way and their system of laws. As outsiders, we have no say in the matter. Now come, we should be off.
リーダー、エルパ枯れたい。
That rule only forbids your people from entering the temple, right? So why not ask an outsider to save your prince?
Oh, and what luck!
Wow.
We just happen to have an outsider who can't stop meddling in the affairs of others right here.
ザイラト。
I'm going to. Fira told me about Rule 1024. You know that one. Rule 1024. You must honor the request of any outsider owed a debt. That's how it goes, right, Fira?
Why did I ever agree to travel with such a pack of do-gooders?
Yeah.
Let's move.
Ah. Bit arcade with wise here. Pack of do-gooders. What is this? Lawful good party or something?
Are we leaving the girl behind?
Well, this is gonna take a long time. Annoyingly long time. A very annoying long time. Reminds me of basically every single escort quest in any game ever. The NPC just moves so slow. I can run literal circles around her. Doesn't remember my footsteps for long. Well.
Beware the wolves.
This sand is too much. I can barely open my eyes.
The moment I open my mouth, the sand rushes inside.
Do you even have a mouth? How does Vera deal with this?
She's a mask.
Perhaps there is some manner of filter inside that mask of hers. Keep a keen eye on your surroundings.
Vera sure is brave, isn't she?
For such a minuscule body, she seems to possess almost boundless stores of energy.
Huh. Let's see how long this goes on. I hope not much longer.
It would seem we are impeding.
Well.
Wolves!
Look out!
Okay.
This girl must possess extreme patriotism. Look how she gives all for the sake of her prince.
I think patriotism is just rule. Again. Or something. I guess this is the end. Parente moment. Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Well then. Let us go and see what we find here. Oh, this is a weird place. Oh. Nice. Leaping rabbit.
What was that supposed to mean?
Oh, can't jump at all.
Sorry, what now?
Guess we have to play by the rules.
Huh. Come on. Oh my god. What a pain. Okay. No. Okay. I guess that was the end of the puzzle.
What a bother.
I wonder what this prince is like.
The man is tasked to protect his people, and yet he's made them toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need to know. That he is an incompetent fool.
Huh.
Did I just hear someone?
Okay. Incompetent fool. I guess that's the prince.
Where did you come from, boy?
ウグだとサントと大神カイラムであるご
Wait, seriously? But you're just a kid.
スツキタトスケチレイジ
Okay, what did you do?
What?
来るな
Wow. You're just gonna let it go? Okay. Sure. Sure, I guess.
Well, that was unusual.
Come on, we have to help him.
Or we could simply pretend we didn't see him instead.
Guess that was easy enough. Well, a classic. Was a very terrific thing, I guess. magic spin, but... Huh.
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Kaine!
What in the... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Let me go! Let me... I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here!
I assume we'll have to find her as well.
I guess they got taken away for breaking the rules. Strange. What? Okay. That's weird. I guess this is the way I move. No. That was really fucking weird. I don't know if that was the way you were supposed to solve that puzzle, but if it works, I guess. Guess I have to go through this room by room. Oh, that was easy. Huh. Can we take this out of the room? No. Oh, man. Next trial. Yes, it's this one. But that rules this time. No evasive mouse. Yeah. I assumed evasive mouse was dodging. So I just didn't do that. Oh, not here. There. Next trial. Okay, this is weird.
This madcap barrage of rules shows no signs of slowing.
Easy, Vice. We need quiet or we're gonna mess this up again.
These masked folks suddenly enjoy their bizarre customs.
I wonder what drove them to make such complicated rules.
Nice. Easy enough, I guess. I guess. Oh.
Covered in sand.
Take care before all your health is lost.
Okay. Oh, then what trial is this? If this is even a trial at all. Doesn't seem like it. Huh. Well, this is a trial, I guess. Oh. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I totally messed up there. Like some kind of idiot. Okay. Oh, fuck. Now it starts from the beginning. I think a secret start doing these things would be to unbind the buttons, so you don't accidentally misclick. By, like, just out of habit. Feels kind of weird to unlock tutorials.
Ethan.
Okay, he's kind of weak. Yeah, I was way more concerned about him than I maybe should have been. Closed off. Already down to trials here. Okay. Let's see. I guess that's the final trial. No, I guess not. Just a separate part of the temple. Well, I don't know. No, maybe the final trial. I just saw like a hallway and was like, okay, so this isn't the final thing, but if the hallway just leads to the boss arena, then that's
Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all.
yes, not at all.
I suppose that was to be expected.
Hey, look!
No. Green spawn.
That mewling child is inside. Without any rules to bind us, we are free to unleash the entirety of our powers.
It's about time.
Oh.
What is this thing?
I detect magic within the glowing cubes.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Damn it. Oh, nice. Come on. No. Not enough. Not enough. Okay. Final ring. What? Oh my. This bullet hell is way more than I can handle. I'm not that good at bullet hell games. The thing I struggled with the most while playing NieR Automata was the bullet hell portions. Damn it. Damn it. least they don't do much damage because this is on lower difficulty. Oh fuck. Wow. Seriously.
Mindless.
Okay, that was the, I guess, the first phase.
The guardian of this temple is a curious sight indeed.
Says the talking book.
Oh. Well, that was way more delayed than I thought it would be. Okay. Well, I absolutely sucked at that one.
This is a powerful foe.
There you are, you bastard!
Kaine!
I'm gonna kill the shit out of you! Now hold still and die already!
I guess Kaine has to damage the blue blocks. Which makes sense.
How did you find us?
Beats me. I just kicked a bunch of ass and wound up here.
Fuck.
And without even bothering to get dressed.
Fuck.
Fuck off, book.
Kaine, the glowing cubes take priority.
Screw your priorities! I'm gonna kill this thing my way!
Nice. Fuck. Didn't get the last one. Nice. Phase 3.
This should prove interesting.
Just hit the red blocks. Dodge everything it throws at you. Have to wander around. Does this game have a like a co-op mode? Seems like Kaine would be an easy spot to put like another player in. That's nice. That was it. For that battle. fucking Zelda. Fuck off, dude. The Japanese just can't resist themselves.
ユリ、ズサラとオタチ。カイザムセとペルア。
カイザム・デサラというとシアトとウサトチ・ウレシグツグ・コスキサオサラエオシエテキッタペルアカイザンアサキカエサラトアヤーリアトルルタタ
カイラム
オシテキルタチエクグギリスアガイウカヤリカイザムアッチエテス
Oh
レタ
my,
ダ
how touching.
それでカイザムチタレル
チロンテクカイラムカイザムユーリ
Damn, dude.
ウラフォトサラタインタベルアとカイザムセテ鉄砂漠
Okay. Give us all your land.
Oh, no, that's alright. We were just happy to help.
エンリ探査クルタ統合
I believe the Regent has just given us an order.
I guess so. In that case, how about you make Rule 0? And have it say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
ヨーリサロ
エルパチスチタ
ペルアとルトシオンジワクレタイペルアとタトだアンダサンキトシチテとヨーリュエオーカイザムサラトアシエテキッタコスキウカエテスレタだ
Oh, nice word.
Thanks. But I think most of your praise belongs to someone else.
ケワタタ
Okay. Oh, we have still something to say to you?
Do you know how to cure the Black Scrawl?
ソスンよライザムでイトチキタ
Oh, of course they don't know how to cure it.
So, even a king couldn't recover from it.
ああでズシキタとだ
It seems there is no way around it. We'll have to collect the sealed verses after all.
Yeah, it's the only lead we have.
ウィンカレキッソと
We came across an old song that says if we find them all, we can cure the Black Scrawl.
And yes, we are well aware that refrains penned by minstrels half in their cups are hardly a reliable source of information.
Hey, I'll believe anything if there's even a sliver of hope it could help me save Yona. And I'll collect verses, orbs, crystals, magic goat meat, whatever.
Magic gold meat. Okay.
あと
Damn.
タアコチシテスレ大佐そんどトダチときて
Of course.
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again.
タクウトウチタク
Oh, so when does this village burn down? I guess break down. Break down, break down. Break down, break down.
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
アルテルアチ北財一よ ウラヌザ
Nothing of interest to us. But who's the weapon shop, actually? Grimoire wise. Weapons. Rebirth. Oh my god, that looks stupid. Well, it's a better sword.
アルテルアチキタザウラヌザ
Strange things. Oh, like traffic cones. Not traffic cones, traffic signs. Can't buy anything unusual. Yeah. Desert map. Okay. And here's the weapon shop.
アルテル
Well, very heavy. Okay, so once again, no money. No money to buy such expensive things. My. Just want to talk to us, I guess. Still basic attacks are damn similar, if not the exact same.
It appears to be up.
Oh. Now that was weird. Silver ore.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh,
Those rules are important to the masked people.
you don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
Wow. Less talking or walking. I'm walking here. A river of sand. Yeah. Is that the ever illustrious liquid sand? Guess we go back to meet Yona. Run along, run along. Nickel Urbe. Clay. 1. Nice. These stones are kind of close by to each other. That is, of course, if we are assuming that the distance we go through on those maps is the literal distance and it's not just an approximation.
Hey, you can get into Facade, right? I've got to thank you.
Maybe later. The inventory limit. Yeah. Inventory limit, that's strange. I guess I'll go to town to sell some stuff.
Make sure you stop.
I think this might be needed for something. At some point. These ores, but stuff like seedlings. I guess I can sell some. These. Mutton probably isn't something we need. Or wool.
Come back.
That should free up some inventory space. Still, the aerial dash is kind of lame. Like, that's how much distance the normal dash has. And that's the distance the aerial dash has. It's kind of sad. Oh, actually. Field is still in the same shape.
Yona?
Oh, hey,
How are you feeling?
better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
You
Sure.
bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
We have a bunch of money and stuff.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
Take a day off for Yona. Maybe I should read this. I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him, I can't hear him, I can't hear him, I can't hear him, I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, and his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with S, and then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. Sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream. What the hell does that mean? The legs move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream, I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this, I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth.
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
Huh.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
I'm ready to make that stew.
Oh, yeah, but we need to wait for it.
Something troubling you, lad?
They had the same
It's
dream.
nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Let's see. Probably asking about the Forest of Myth.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern. Regarding recent events in Dream, the village, I was hoping I might be able to get your advice, Dream. The mother. Recently there's been a dream reports. Dream of a certain dream. Dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, someone. Dream. What? I guess my theory about this being like a world created from the boys and maybe the girls' subconscious of dealing with something might be more valid than I thought, because this world certainly doesn't seem real.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them.
Very out of character.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
What? Inventory limit. Guess I'll go to the weapon shop.
Welcome.
Magic power. It's a better sword. It's not very light, it's light. But it does more damage, it gives more magic power. This is maybe even better, but we don't have the capital for it.
Thanks for your... Excuse me, have you seen the old man who lives here?
You mean Granddad?
Oh
He
yeah,
passed
the
away.
dog.
His heart finally gave out on him.
Oh man. Looks like he went with his best friend after all. Here, hold on a second. His dog had this leaf in his mouth when we found him.
That's the herb Granddad used for his heart medication. Max must have been fetching it for him. Well, I suppose I owe you a great deal. I can't give you much, but I hope you'll accept this.
Such a faithful animal.
You think Max and Granddad are together in heaven?
I do. I'm sure of it.
Complete quest. Village handyman. Okay, nice achievement. Yeah, guess we're heading to the Forest of Myth. Exits through there, I guess. Come along. I don't get it. I don't get the... I guess it's just healing herbs. Because the others have a 99 limit. I guess I'm just picking up a ton of healing herbs and it's saying I can't pick up those. I guess because I sold some things and it didn't change. Suddenly allow me to pick up those things. I guess it's about that. More about that. The forest of myth is over there. Berries. Okay. That was that. Downtown. Well, this certainly seems magical. Kind of weird.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
My.
Beware.
The words.
Words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words.
Huh?
Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Well, that's a big text box. Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
Oh. The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Yuki and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called Death Dream has spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught in it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the dream world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vase stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words,
said
we've
Yuki.
caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Yuki's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's
My
remarks.
remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Yuki had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
The game is disappearing. Yuki and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solution. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his
It
pride.
does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Yuki like a contagion. Wait, said Yuki suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Oh. Well, the villager told us to watch out for the contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. More specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something about dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep! Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes, I thought... Yuki's face suddenly lit up. Oh, I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheet of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Yuki. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his foreign pencil stopped tracing lines across the long piece of paper. For the last month I've done nothing but study the disease we call death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused and a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of your will it takes to research disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Yuki nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Yuki, just ask. No, hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Yuki to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right, I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss. The dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be a soul. With your permission, we shall search it out. Oh, thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called out the departing forms of Yuki and Weiss. We're all counting on you. Fucking the mayor's voice is changing. As Yuki slowly landed into the mist, slowly faded into the mist forest, the mayor was struck with a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Yuki's mood darkened as he touched the forest. Hours earlier, the beauty of the place was still a new thing. He'd been confident that he could get in, find the exit and go home, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mists made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough back of a tree, and his hands now felt small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Yuki to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Yuki snapped. Okay, Weiss, calm it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Yuki leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out a volume that rattled his teeth. Yuki slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? Oh, fuck. Weiss, what's going on? Yuki could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then just as Yuki's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Instantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened for the creatures of the woods. Zri, 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 zri. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Yuki began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Inwardly furious that Vice left to task him, Yuki sighed and gave out the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Yuki like a rippling wave, opening a new path. The forest! The forest anthropos are making a road for us. Said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Yuki moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Yuki after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where its path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Yuki picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Yuki grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all, this one is pretty easy. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When the night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spawned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Yuki, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Yuki walked over to the pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door creaked open, and a small man appeared out. His body was clothed from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Yuki, but before he could get any further, the clothed man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 in the noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Yuki tried to ask the clothed man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we have to answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Yuki. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 in the noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. Yeah, that riddle is purposefully misleading. With that, the man flung his garments aside, revealing his true identity. Yeah, you're the mayor, cried Yuki. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor, you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense. in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Yuki watched, mist seeped from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing him from existence. When Yuki and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. "Good gravy," he cried. "You made it! You actually made it back!" His left hand grasped Yuki's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Wes by the collar and swung him through the air. "Yeah, by the heavens, stop shaking me, you fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not." The mayor smiled proudly and shook his head. "I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again." Yuki withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. "We broke the death dream seal," he said. "At least, I think we did." The mayor's face beamed as Yuki filled him in with the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Yuki cocked his head. "Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep?" "Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, you fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility in itself." Again, the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Grassy earth, not greasy. "Have you forgotten?" continued Vice. "It is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then we shall. Then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue." With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. "This is the first time," began the mayor. "The first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here." The words seemed to were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Yuki shook the mayor's shoulder gently. "Good news," he said. "I think we made it." "Oh, wow," said the mayor in awed voice. "We did it. We did it. I'm back." He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. "You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through the village and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream." The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Yuki and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. "Real life may take some time getting used to," said the mayor, a wry smile across his lips. "You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure," said Vice. "For now, you should return to your home and rest." "No," said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. "No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I must save them." The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. "This holy tree," he explained. The prayer was finished. When the prayer was finished, "is the core thing of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder," was advice. "We should not have put our faith in the gods." The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Yuki and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Yuki mentioned this strange man who had given them the turtle riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Yuki tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death ring. It probably doesn't mean anything. Yuki gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words, and exactly what is going on here. The riddle would prove to be the most difficult. That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of them, one of all.
Thank you so much.
Well, that was a long, book segment. Now I need water because fuck, my lips are dry. My mouth is dry. I'm dry.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Obtain seal verse. Obtained dark execution magic.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Okay. That drained all of me, and I have to put more, get more water. So I'll take a little break here and be back in like 5 to 15 minutes. So see you then, I guess. I'm back. Let's just continue with the game, I guess. Go on, save. Broke the 8th hour mark. That's something. Path blocked. At least for now. Yes. Oh, fucking my cursor. Am I going to have to restart this game again? Just because of that. Okay, so I'm gonna restart the game. Okay, that's weird. I guess Replicant has a problem of shutting off properly. Oh, there. Okay. Now we can restart. I have to go to taskbar and manually shut down the background operations of NieR Replicant. Get it to shut off so we can launch it again. Why? With how good the game has been so far, I'm willing to overlook those kinds of mistakes. What I'm not willing to overlook is that Baldur's Gate 3 has Shield as a fucking... It's not a reaction spell. Neither is Hellish Rebuke. Yeah, Hellish Rebuke. There's no reaction spells. What the hell? D&D 5th edition and D&D isn't D&D without reaction spells. Yeah. Berries. Okay.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
I guess we could save him.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Let's see if this is the same kind of... Oh, I guess this is the same kind of thing. So I'll have to speak even more. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh. For I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funneled dirge that plays without end, Light has no place here, wind is a foreign friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help, I laugh, I sob. Surely this is a product of my adult mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all gods, help me. Impossibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling on the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside my eyes. Accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I'm forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Kinmore of Vice, and this is Yuki. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Yuki extends his hand and pulls me down from the cell. So my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such terrible storm, said Grimor Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see what are pulling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are not. You are our only hope to survive this place. Time that long forgotten friend made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopy beds resting atop a carpet of velvet, all are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fear, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mound of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns upon me. Someone has piled these bodies in the tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider their propositions further. I make a sound, whether a scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful bleakness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. North, east. I squint down the corridors and proceed. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed. At the end of the path, the water rises to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray for this is the way out. Eventually I can stand side of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging from the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger towards the painting, I am gripped by the most unpleasant feeling. Staring closer at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner, a fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out the body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring the row of corpses, blocked from view by the portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough, shading my eyes, I pedal through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. I squint down the corridors and proceed west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in the dark chambers. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing. I tell myself the cask will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack and the thick red liquid bursts from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood, still far from the body, whether animal or something else I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising flood waters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, and the rest of these casks filled with blood as well. I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters, out of the room to freedom. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sun-framed comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recall in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, and all the invited guests, an army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in their remains, and this is the moment I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Despite the loose sight of the abominations before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonizing screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect that they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. The water has risen to my chin and now laps gaily at my mouth and nose. You dumb bast! Shouts Yuki. He certainly desires to say more, but the rest of his insults cut short by rising water. Cream or wise, wet and tethered floats on the water's surface. It's already too late for me. This wasn't how it's supposed to be. Was supposed to end. Huh. Actually failed that one. Guess I'll have to do it again.
This person...
It would have...
Can't say it.
Perhaps you should...
Yeah...
I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My prison is stuck beneath a stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Life has no place here. When this a forgotten friend I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, an eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, my savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help, I laugh, I sob. Surely this is the product of my adult mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry, for the love of all gods, help me. Impossibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling on the floor. As the door slowly cracks open, I have just enough time to see the silver-haired boy and the floating book before light pours inside my eyes. Unaccustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I'm forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimgor Weiss, and this is Yuki. How long have we been searching for you? Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Yuki extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sound of heavy rain. I never thought I would hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimgor Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see the water pooling around my ankles, slapping at my shins. There is so much of it. Yes, and more to come each moment we delay. If we do not make our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time that long forgotten friend made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter what. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting about himself like the endless entrails of a giant. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopy beds resting atop the carpet of velvet, all are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for a door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fear, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch the piece of mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred corpses and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into the tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider propositions further. I make a sound, whether a scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down dim corridors and proceed. I squint down dim corridors and proceed. Eventually I can see the sight of four waters no longer and turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see the Cerritos painting hanging from the faded plastered wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of their life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while in circling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger towards the painting, I am gripped by the most unpleasant of feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see nothing. See it bend and warp into a shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is another prisoner, a fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not it is a prisoner, whether there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate design that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough. Shading my eyes, I paddle through the waters. I failed again. Oh, I guess there's a limited number of, and I spent a lot of time just going up and down the first section. I guess this is a good way of farming those items. No, because I'm gonna pick them up.
This person.
It would have.
Yes.
Perhaps you should spend less
I
time.
guess we're doing this the third time. I breathe air sent death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will make it sound like the words of a madman. How long I've been in this fresh hell. My box, my prison, is stuck beneath the stairway in the long unused gutter walls of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sound of funeral dust that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he has forsaken me. Time passes and eternity slips by a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior." I claw at the door of my cell, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help, I laugh, I sob. Surely this is the product of my adult mind. Surely it cannot be true. "Help me," I cry. "For the love of all gods, help me." Impossibly I hear the sound of a lock being thrown and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. "Who are you?" I ask, shaking hands covering my face. "How have you come to this place?" "I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Yuki. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together." The one known as Yuki extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust To freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought I would hear it again, I whisper. Then what would this were not such a horrible storm? Said Grimwarvice. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pouring around my ankles, lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good on our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time that long-forgotten friend made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle and catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like an endless entrails of a giant. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopy beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite all my fear, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch the piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again, until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled the bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound with a scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sound of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet, and as I approach the center of the room, once there I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table of the table's head. But as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made their homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This one splendid feast was nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take the moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of thick spikes that hung from the seat up the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For it not it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. So in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. Against all hope, we made it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Yuki and Grimwarvice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives away, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside of the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin slimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress, asks Vice. Then are you a woman, madame? I am. I prefer to the two smiles. I suppose that comes as something of a surprising how I exist only in the form of words. I can see the one known as Yuki is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides the well. With a nod and shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside their final shroud. After a moment, the castle windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castles that have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Well, that was quite tiresome. It took us, took me, I'm not gonna drag you into this, took me, what was it, 3 tries to do that. First one was, I would say, a good effort, seeing as I explored everything except the front door, where I failed. My time ran out, but the second one was just me falling around, like completely failing to grasp the system properly.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Yuki had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with a renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
he said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Yuki nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road of which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Yuki lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is there someone playing a joke on us or what? Complaining had already begun. Ace tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No, a joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Yuki glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head and resumed walking. As time passed, Yuki's feet grew more painful and his throat dried His throat dried than he thought possible. His throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Yuki lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking and choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open as his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water! Water? asked Vice. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Yuki sprang to life and pounded the its side. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Yuki closed his eyes and sighed as space floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Yuki shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes widened once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Yuki sprinted off again, leaving Mice with no other choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Yuki came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hand up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until the exasperated Wise finally followed up to Yuki and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Yuki's face scowled. There isn't? No, there is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as such. Wise paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Yuki looked up, stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Yuki, completely forgetting the heat and the pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up towards the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered in panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Yuki. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels that sat silent on the steel rails, beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered with glass or brick, but many were composed of material they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose at the abstract works around them, Yuki and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Yuki uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for a single word chiseled in their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final read Gamma. As Yuki moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures, alighting one of the statue's shoulders. It emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real forms will always speak the truth. The false ones will always speak lies. With that, the bird departed, and as if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Yuki. They're alive. The triplets bowed before Yuki. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned Yuki and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's so fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake, everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their perspective, please given the three statues return to their frozen states as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all of the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. Yuki furrowed his brows and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. One form will always speak the truth, the false one will only speak lies. The real one is Alpha. The eyes of the statue shone with an eerie light. The lights grew stronger and stronger until Yuki and Weiss were forced to turn away.
It would seem we failed.
Yeah.
We'd best act more carefully next time.
This is the worst job ever.
Huh. Failed? I thought that...
And another victim.
I figured...
Even
I won't read the whole journey this time. This is a lot less relevant, this whole opening bit, so I'll just skip through this and get to where the statues talk again. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed as if on cue. The three statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Yuki, they're alive. The triplets bowed low before Yuki. Please, said Alpha, you have to get me out of this nightmare, I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Yuki and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake, everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. Their perspective, please, given the three statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. So, okay, we have to analyze this a little bit more this time, I guess. So we know Alpha is fake. So Beta has to be the real one because he says Alpha is fake. I guess that's how the whole quest was done. If you're a big brain, unlike me, you can figure it out on the first try. And if you can't, the next try should give you the answer. When you consider all their statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. Yuki furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, and the false ones will always speak lies. The real one is Beta. Though Yuki's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in a dry tone of a lecture, Beta and Gamma would be fakes, but in that case Gamma's claim that Beta is a fake would be the truth. even though Gamma is a liar, therefore the theory crumbles. Yeah, my mistake where I thought Gamma said that Alpha is a fake. And so two were claiming that one was fake. So I should have read more carefully. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Wise finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. "Congratulations, villager," said Wise in a cheerful voice. "The time to awaken has arrived." "Thank you for saving me," cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go before an uncomfortable Yuki pulled him to his feet. "Why did you have a dream like this?" asked Wise. "Have you been to this city before?" The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted around the landscape and shook his head. "I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could ever have been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before." "Deja vu," muttered Yuki. "Just like the mayor." The vague sense of unease that struck Yuki during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
I don't know if the maze one had any logic in the path you had to take. I just missed it, or it was just trial and error. But that first one, yeah, you should have figured that out. I should have figured that out, but I'm just that stupid.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Let's see. Faith. It's better. And it's very light again. Because I just bought that leaf sword for basically nothing. It's a fucking katana. Nice. Ooh. Well, that was a long session of just reading. Fuck. I need to get more water at some point again. My mouth is very dry. I hope I wasn't breathing too bad in the mic during the whole thing.
So how's the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
My. But well, I think that was actually surprisingly fun. A surprisingly fun segment. I could see how some people would not enjoy that, but I share fun. still one alive. Oh. No. Nice. Play nice. Well, then.
Death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
Huh.
The person I asked to help with the...
Okay. Okay.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
I think, actually I want to check out that magic stuff. Because we have a lot of... Let's just swap everything around and see if these are something we would use. This is the protective wall thing. I don't think that's gonna be that useful. Does it still only last one rotation, I guess is the question I have. Yeah. And this brings up the spikes, which is a good ability. Kind of finicky. I think Dark Blast is so useful. I don't think swapping that is worth it. Dark Gluttony I would need tomorrow, but know more about it. Dark Hand and Darklands. Dark Hand is probably the one we could swap. It does like a decent, it does a big chunk of damage and the area is decent, so it's nice. But the stagger thing it does is also done by Lance, and Lance is also ranged, so that's useful. And Blast is just so useful. I don't think we could complete the game without it. It consumes a little magic, it even gains magic when you hit with it. So, depending on the enemy, you can use it infinitely. It has the auto-home thing when you hold it and release it. I think that's just good. Dark Phantasm. What did that do? Oh, it just... It just sends a version of you ahead that strikes. It consumes a little energy, so I guess that could be good. What does the absorption do? Yes. The execution is probably the thing here we would want to take. Anyhow, I think that's enough for today. Little over 3 hours. So decent enough time, I think. So, if you are watching this, thank you for watching, and please do check out my other streams and the VODs of those. The new schedule is posted. I did post it yesterday, so it's on the Twitter. It's the pinned tweet, so check that out if you want more info. I'm gonna be away for the weekend, so no streams then. I apologize for that, which caps our my streak of streaming once every day. Well, it is what it is. I knew I couldn't do it forever, but yeah, it ends there. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll just send you guys off. Bye bye.